Well, hello there, kids. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a good time. I'm going to take my sunglasses off because I don't need them anymore. Ooh, look at that. My camera's all out of whack. Anyway, hi, everyone. It's me. It's your hostess, Jade. I am very excited to be back at home finally. I literally got back less than a week ago. I have been out in New Jersey, in the wilderness of New Jersey, if you can believe it, doing the New Jersey Renaissance Fair. It was a lot of fun. It has been fantastic. It was really educational for me, but I'm very happy to be home. I'm happy to have, I'm going to say it, a relatively normal episode again. We've got a wonderful night planned for you. I am joined, of course, by my fellow host, Anastasia Diamond, who I have not seen in such a while. It's been about a month since we last, hung out like this. So I'm very excited to see her tonight. And our special guest this evening, I am super excited to chat with her. ONYX D Pearl is here. So I can't wait to dive into everything. I see we've got a lot of people already popping in. Daniel Jackson, OMG, it's Katy Perry. You know, it's new hair, so I wanted to wear it, but it is so Katy Perry right now. Natasha, I love these beach vibes. I love these beach vibes too. That was one of the best things about the last month. I got to go to the beach a couple times and just relax and unwind. Patricia, yum, yum, happy to be here. HRTE, close enough. I got what you meant. Orion is here. Are those the same sunglasses I broke at York? Sure are. I fixed them because that's what I do. Jess is here, one of our Patreons, and Orion's one of our Patreons as well, and Daniel. Hey, Beach Babe Jade. Hello there. Hello, Diana. Love the beach look. I love this beach look too. You know what? Since we are talking about the beach, I should probably give you a little who, what, and where. Who am I? My name is Jade DeVere. I'm a drag artist based out of Central Pennsylvania. I love the art of drag. It wakes me up in the morning. What am I wearing? Well, tonight I am wearing just a lovely little swimsuit that I got on Amazon, a beautiful jewelry set from Raving Diva Jewels. Michelle Lee Sterling made this set and I absolutely love it. My hair, let's talk about my hair for a moment. This is from Webster Wigs. It is a cute little tinsel wig. I love a tinsel wig. I'm very excited about this wig. I'm debating if I want to get it styled or not. I don't know yet. I can't make up my mind. My makeup. So here, this is all Juvia's Place. I wanted to do a Juvia's Place eye. And the rest of my makeup, I was gifted some Kylie Cosmetics. So my bronzer tonight is from Kylie. This is Tawny Miami. Because of course it is. And I added a little kitten baby on my cheeks just to, rosy them up a little bit. And my lips tonight are Jordy lip liner, and the lipstick is called also Jordy. How about that? They match. Cute. I really liked it. I really liked the product. So yeah, I think the winner of the group was Tawny Miami, just because it's a really good bronzer. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you for the donation of cosmetics. I enjoyed it. I have more that I'm going to try. I have a little Revlon palette that I didn't break out tonight. Oh, that's fun. That turned invisible. That was cute. I have a new green screen, by the way. While I was in New Jersey, my husband painted a green screen for me. He did his homework. He found out what the right shade of green was for a green screen. So I am on a new green screen. And last but not least, where can you find me? You can find me every Wednesday right here on Inside the Drag Closet on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Make sure you are sharing this video so that other people can tune into our madness. Where else can you find me? Well, this Friday, I will be at Revival for a Back to the 80s drag show with Magnolia Applebottom. It'll be myself and Amethyst Diamond. I can't talk right now. Having a good time celebrating the 80s. Then Saturday, will be Lancaster Pride here in Pennsylvania. I am going to be at the after party, which will be from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. So make sure you come out there. And then Sunday, we have our brand new Boomerang Brunch at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone, hosted by Amethyst Diamond and myself, with performances by Pola Frost, Kamora Vixen, and Brooklyn Heights. And then in 2 weeks, you'll be able to find me at Divas Down Under. We are having a flashback to the 80s drag show with Poison, Fancy Dismount, Trixie Valentine, Anastasia Diamond, myself, Harpy Daniels, and Amethyst Diamond. So make sure you are going out supporting some local drag, having a great time. And speaking of drag, I think it's time that I bring in my beautiful, beautiful co-host for the evening. You know her and love her. I am super excited to chat with her tonight. Everyone, let's welcome Anastasia Diamond.
Oh, hello, hello, hello. How are you, my darling?
I am good. How are you, sweetheart?
Oh, I'm feeling fabulous and beautiful. You know, it's been some time since we saw each other, so I let my hair grow a little bit, you know.
I love it.
Thank you, honey. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you, too. You ready to give the kids a little who, what, and where?
Always. Oh, yeah.
Take it away, girl.
Hello, hello, everyone. My name is Anastasia Diamond, and who am I? Well, I'm a drag queen. I am the Lizzo of Central PA, as I like to call myself. Yes, I did give myself that own title, so don't say nothing about it. What am I wearing? Tonight I'm wearing a wig that is, I believe, from Amazon. It is just all over the place, but I got it from the drag stop. I have this lovely jewelry on from Looks, and then this piece of jewelry is from Question Mark. I never know. I wanted to do a little bit of the rainbow this evening, so I have my reds, my yellows, my green, my blue in the back here on the very back side, and purple. I try to do orange with my lips, but when I mixed the yellow and the red, it gave me pink. So here we are. So I have Juvia's Place on my eyes. I recently got my nails done, so these are not glue on. These are real deal. I paid some money for these mugs. So I really love these. I got them done at Coco Nails. I also got my brows done, but you can't see them because they're covered up with glue. So I got my toes done too. Ew. Just a real hoish kind of weekend, you know. My dress is from the lovely Darien Lake. I can't remember where she got it from, but I like to just tell folks I got it from Darien Lake. And when I originally got this dress, I unfortunately could not fit it because I was a little, thick around the waist. But because I've been on a lovely little diet and taking care of myself, I was like, let me just try this on. Well, baby girl, it fits. So here we are. Where can you find me? Well, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on every street corner now that it's Pride. Hoeing about, doing my thing, because happy Pride. You know how we do. We queers all want just wholesome fairs everywhere, sucking and slucking and doing and this and the goop. You can find me back behind the dumpsters. You can find me wherever hoeing is going on.
She's a woman for the people.
You know how the conservatives like to say nowadays, we're all just we're all just young, a little nasty perverts. So let it be the story. Let it be known.
It's funny. We had a situation come up with York Pride last week. We had a lot of very concerned citizens trying to not get Pride canceled, but get drag canceled at Pride. So yeah. Because of what's going on in the news lately. And you know what? We persevered. Some of them actually came to Pride and they sat and they observed and we gave them nothing to work with. And they were like, this is actually really nice. We don't need to be here. This is fine.
Period. Mm-hmm. Get out. This ain't for you.
Girl, you are getting a lot of love tonight. Where was it? From the lovely Karma Sutra, Anastasia, you are absolutely radiant.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wanna talk for a hot minute about, you say you're on a diet right now. I can see the difference, girl, because I haven't seen you for quite some time. And you know what always gets me most? The smile. Your
Oh,
smile right now.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I had well, as we know, I had to miss one evening about 3 months ago, because I had a medical scare. I went to the emergency room. I was dealing with some shortness of breath and just in general, just not feeling myself. And I found out that I had a diagnosis that was pretty serious and that I needed to actually take care of. So I have been, taking my medication as I should be. I have been going to the gym, trying to get strong for these cute little drag shows. So, I've been having a really good time. I've actually, probably by this time next week, I will be down to the weight that I was prior to going to college. So, yeah, I'm like making some really huge, huge strides. I will have lost probably by next week upwards of 80 pounds. So
Oh,
right now I've currently lost 70 pounds. So I'm so, so grateful to have had the opportunity to learn how to take care of myself and have had the family and the workspace to give me the support socially and financially so that I can take care of myself appropriately.
that's amazing. And you have such a good support system too, which is very important.
Yeah, very much. So. I mean, I think about it quite often. If it weren't for my job, where that of course pays me to be able to afford to actually eat, and if it weren't for my family that is supporting me as I'm paying down debts that I made in my past while I was in college and grad school and well, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Truly, I truly be struggling still. It's so hard. I was just talking about this with someone earlier today, and we stated, it's a full-time job to eat every single day, 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job. Like you have to actually set time aside to actually say, yes, I need to stop what I'm doing. You know, this can wait. I need to eat right now. I commend a lot of individuals who have it internally where they're like, I cannot do anything else until I eat. I'm like, I've always been a workhorse. In
Mhm.
school, whenever I was in, elementary school, middle school, all that kind of stuff, I was always that student that would never go to the bathroom unless it was during bathroom time. So like I really, you know, compromised my health for to make society happy. And now I've decided to stop doing that.
Good.
Yes. So we're here, we're living. We're living,
Exactly.
literally.
And speaking of living, I want to know all about New Orleans.
Oh yes. Well, I got my beads. No, just like just playing.
Ah!
Ah! JK, no, 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 no. I went down to New Orleans and it was an absolutely fabulous time. I was, of course, down there for a conference, but when the conference ain't going on, you gotta go down to Bourbon Street and French Quarters and all that, all over here. So I had a fabulous time. I got, you know, a little bit of, imbibing. It was delicious, lovely things out there. I wish. Girl, see, the thing is, I actually got COVID while I was down there as well. So, first time ever getting COVID in the 3.5 years that it's been around. So, I was like, you know, I'm gonna go out here and I'm being a little nervous about STIs and HIV. So I'm taking my prep and I'm doing what I gotta do. Da, 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 da. And let me tell you, when I was on the grinders, I mean, the dudes was hitting, but like they was they was a little too hefty for me. They was laying out. Hey, it was hefty down there. Wimpy, Wimpy, Wimpy. That's up here in Pennsylvania. Hefty, hefty, hefty was down there in New Orleans. So I said, that's not for me. I'd like to be able to sit down for the rest of the week. So I girl. So I just hung out with these really great colleagues, and they were phenomenal. You know, I'm invited to come up to see them here shortly. You know, and I believe in August, and I'm so excited for that. But I get this little message on Sunday after they left, and they're like, "So I had my cough got worse, and I took a test and I tested positive." And I was like, what kind of hoe am I where I leave the state and don't get COVID from getting blown out, but instead get COVID from a colleague? Oh, Jesus. But all in all, it was a fabulous time.
And the moral of the story is
get your back blown out because taking risks is worth it. You'll get sick either way.
Yep, there it is. From Dr. Anastasia Diamond.
Listen. No, but I really have to say, if you ever want to go down to New Orleans, please, please, please go, because the food is delicious. It's immaculate. I had something that I'm still craving to this day that I had maybe like 3 times while I was down there. It's called a Louisiana crawfish pie, and it is delectable. I had it from this beautiful restaurant called Trinasse, Trinasse or something like that. They were, they want to act fancy, but they were attached to the hotel. So I was like, girl, y'all can't afford a brick and mortar. Okay, that's cool, whatever. But it was beautiful, truly, truly, truly. Had, of course, the beignets and the whoop-de-woos and all that kind of stuff. I drank a lot. Mm-hmm. It was a fabulous time.
Did you get a hurricane while you were down there?
Oh, yes, I had a hurricane. I had a hand grenade. I had a horny gator, which didn't make me horny, unfortunately. I was like, what the hell is the horniness? I just had aphrodisiacs and all that.
She just got scales.
Hello.
Weird.
I had a little bit of everything, but it was a fabulous time. I do want to warn folks that whenever you're walking down Bourbon Street, there are vendors who like to walk around with anacondas, literal anacondas, and snakes for you to take pictures with. They're just in the middle of the street living life. So if you have a phobia of snakes, avoid Bourbon on like Friday, Saturday nights.
Yep.
Oh, but it was a fabulous time.
Amazing.
Yes. Went to a lovely little drag show down at Oz, the bar, a little gay bar down there.
Mm-hmm.
Their drag is interesting. You definitely want to get a couple of drinks ahead of time. Listen.
I went to Oz years and years ago, like back in the early 2000s.
Yes.
I was on tour down there and we had a weekend off. So we were like, we're hitting Bourbon Street. We did it one night and we were like, that's good.
Listen. Girl, I went like every single night. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, are you ready to meet our guest for this evening?
Oh, yes. I'm so excited.
Oh, me too. I am super excited to have her here this evening. We were going to have 2 guests this evening, but one of them had to cancel, which is fine. We are going to have a fun night regardless, and I am very excited to kiki with her this evening. So everyone, let's welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the incredible ONYX D. Pearl.
Oh my God, hi.
Hi, girl. How are you?
I'm doing fine. As you can tell, I've just been putting on a little bit more cosmetics, living my black and white fantasy.
Yes.
Amazing. You ready to give the kids a little who, what, where about you?
Sure.
Go for it.
All right, so who I am, ONYX D. Pearl. Not ONYX Da Pearl, ONYX Do Pearl, ONYX D. Pearl. Let me see. How do I describe myself? I'm here. If you're ever in the state of Maryland, I'm all over. Usually in Baltimore, Hagerstown. You can see me. I'm usually doing cosplay or something energetic, dancing around. If there's no theme or idea that's too fucking crazy. As far as who I'm wearing, well, I decided to be lazy today and wear a very amazing designer. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's young. Obviously, it looks cheap, so I made it. It's just a quick little cape that I made for Janelle Monáe moment. Do I look like her now? No, I do not. So her people cannot sue me. Just got a good head wrap moment. Now this big ass Cucamonga realness here is actually a wig done by Keidra Lattimore, who's an amazing drag queen here in Maryland. Keidra Lattimore. I think she's been doing shows in Rehoboth as well. So if you're in Delaware, anywhere in the DMV, you probably heard of her. She's big, she's beautiful. As far as my face, apparently we are brought to you by Juvia's Place. I don't know where my check is, but apparently we're sponsored by Juvia's Place. It's also brought to you by Ben Nye, a little bit of Black Opal, a lot of CVS, and a tad of Walmart as far as the face goes. Little drag clown. No jewelry today because I try to like be real, and when people see me, I don't want them to feel too out of place. I want to be one of the people. So just a modest Christian face, a modest Christian hairdo. You will see me at any church. Stealing somebody's collection plate.
That's a church I want to go to.
Girl.
Queen of the people, yes.
Of the people.
Onyx, the comment section is lighting up for you right now.
Oh
like
my God,
Victor Klein saying, yes, Onyx. Clara Smith, Miss Robin, Onyx.
So Clara Smith is actually my baby sister, like one of my little sisters, like
blood
sisters.
Shooting love from Dover.
Oh.
Jess, welcome, Onyx. Lovely Karma Sutra. The look is giving, Onyx, and the mug is mugging.
Oh my God! Is this what instant gratification is? I love it.
This is it. This is the whole show. People just tell us how amazing we are.
This is what Pride is all about.
Why do I have Grindr? This is amazing.
Well, girl, you're down there in Baltimore, so you know about that hefty down there too.
Girl, what was it? I think it was that movie, The New Kid, where they're like, Baltimore sex is like high school. The sex you want, you don't get. The sex you get, you don't want. Girl,
Exactly.
If you're a visitor, then yes, you get all the good ones. Unfortunately, I don't live in Baltimore. I live in a place called Odington, which is right by Fort Meade, which, if you don't know, that's a military base.
Oh, Lord.
So everyone's like, oh my God, girl, you're about all those sexy military men. And I'm like, yes. Unfortunately, because they know that there's military men around, my ass don't go to the gym enough to get to these men. Because they're like, fuck you, I know I can find me a military man around the corner. So these men either want you to be like He-Man muscled up, or they want you to show up to the hookup like this. And I don't do either. Because I'm like, girl, I wear brown makeup, and you ain't fucking up my purple mattress or my sheets with brown makeup, okay? If you want to fuck Onyx, you're going to have to fuck me in the shower and catch a nut before the drain catches my face. Because I'm scrubbing the whole time. Nope.
Girl, no, the kicker is whenever you got a dude who got brown sheets. Like, do you fuck black girls a lot? Like, why you got brown sheets?
I'm going to look out for that next time now.
Girl,
because that's why I got a brown pillowcase. I know some dudes have been walking over to my house like, all his bedspread is black and gray, and then she has like 2 brown pillowcases. I'm like, because that's for the after the show pillowcase. That's that. I'm not messing up my good pillowcases with my face.
Yes. Oh my man.
We are learning a lot this evening, everyone.
Merry Christmas, Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Yes.
So, ONYX, how are you celebrating Pride this month?
Oof. Well, pretty much I've been doing my part and being a lot of Pride shows that I agreed to do back in like February and forgot about until my inbox blew up. If anybody who booked me in a show in Pride is watching, not your show, the other shows. Last weekend, I was very happy to take a step out of ONYX, and I actually got to enjoy I went to DC Pride as Alvin. I was a boy the entire weekend. It was very much fun. I got to sit through the entire DC Pride parade.
Wow.
Which helped me realize that apparently in my life, in my 35 years, every time I've gone to DC Pride Parade, I have come late. And I didn't click that I came late to every DC Pride Parade until I sat through 3.5 hours of a fucking parade. And I'm standing there like, I'm becoming more homophobic as this parade goes. Oh, and I have to pee. I'm sober. It is direct sunlight. They had different representatives from Europe and everything else, and I was like, they had like 4 marching bands. One was from New York, and I'm like, why are we flying in marching bands? Okay, DC, we have enough. Once you go over 2 hours, the parade is enough. It was an amazing parade. Everyone was lovely. But I don't need 3 hours of parade, okay?
No.
I thought I was young for a good half a bit and went out dancing. I went to Nelly's in DC, which I was not prepared. I was not prepared. The music was very Afrocentric for DC. So we would dance. We had a good dance, and of course that means Sunday morning I felt like hell. I had that after 30 recovery, and then I was able to go back out Sunday, and that was pretty fun too. But I'm back to the grind, and so I have a show Friday nights at the Manor in Baltimore.
Work.
I had Lord, how did I blank on this one? And then Saturday I have my brunch at El Buffalo. Drag me to brunch at El Buffalo in Baltimore. And then the following Sunday is Baltimore Pride, and I'll be at a brunch then too. So,
oh my God!
And while all this is going on, I'm on a city planning committee at my hometown of Laurel, and we're planning Laurel Pride, which is in October. But I have to be an adult and go to meetings and things like that. So, and I have to do those sober. So, fun times.
You know, drag queens do their best work when they're drunk as hell. Like, well, I need to come to these meetings to give the best ideas, opinions. That's when my best state of mind.
Have you ever started doing your makeup while sober? And you're like, I don't get what's wrong. And you're like, hold up, I need a shot or something.
Oh Lord,
bitch. Okay. Now I'm seeing it. It's okay. It's I see the blend a lot more now because I've done like college shows where it's a dry show, and I'm like, why do I hate my fucking face? I'm like, oh, bitch, I haven't had a drink. I need. I'm like, one of you kids snuck in a flask or something. I was like, I can't do it.
You gotta get strict, real sneaky with it. Because I saw these one girls. They went to a conference, or not a conference, like a what do they call those shows? Like oh damn, my memory. Where people, there's a star who's singing at the very a concert. There we go. Jesus, that was a struggle.
Get this girl a shot.
Listen, I'm in the wrong state of mind. Damn. They went to a concert and they wore flare bottoms, and they hit a whole bottle of liquor in the flare bottoms. I was like, okay.
Word.
Brilliance out here.
Girl, we got frisked as we was going into the club Saturday night. And at least they like pat you down, everything like that. It was the only action I had all weekend, so I can't complain. I was like, we went back twice. I was just like, I don't know what I got hidden under here. Check
Girl,
underneath the undercarriage.
that part. Listen, somehow I made it through whenever I was going to the airport going to New Orleans, I was just fine. But of course, when I'm coming back home with all the souvenirs and woos, da 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 da, I get stopped and told you got to strip down. I was like, not strip down, but
Mhm.
In my mind, the dude was like, "You want a private room?" I was like, "I got a flight to catch, but maybe." Like, this is the first time I've been touched all week.
Oh my God.
Yes. I need to go to stripping church more often.
So we got a question that just came in, and it's a really good one, and I think it's a very good question for Pride Month, from the incredible Orion Angel, who I got to perform with this past weekend at York County Pride. What is your why? Like, when you get to the moment of, I can't keep doing this, what is your why that keeps you going? Onyx, let's start with you on that one.
Oh my God, what is my why? My why is actually it feels so cheesy for me to say out loud. It's my real reason, but it feels so cheesy for me to say out loud. I always love to see somebody do something that makes me go, oh my God, I didn't think anyone else thought that. I didn't think anyone else cared about that. So like, especially when I do like a random character from something that people go, I'll do random characters from like shows where I'm like, I don't think anybody else saw the show. I'll do random songs. I'm like, I don't think anybody else heard the song, because I know when I'm down, I love to see that. I love to see a random thing that makes you go like, oh my God, they know this too. So I honestly try to make sure I go out of my way to be that for somebody, because I can do a number, make maybe $2. But if I have one person come up to me going like, I didn't think anyone else knew that song. I didn't think anyone else did. That's like the happiest thing to me, because we've all had the nights where we had to go out or we had to just go in the world and we did not want to be in the world. So it's good to be able to like be like, okay, if I could do that for somebody, then maybe they'll keep it going. And when I need it, they'll be able to do it for me too. Because unfortunately in the world, if you wait around for somebody to be the representation you want, unfortunately, if everyone does the same thing, then you're never going to see the representation. So that's my why. I like to be what I like to see.
I like that. How about you, Anastasia?
Yeah, I definitely would say the same thing. What pushes me and keeps me going are the individuals who I work with, every day. I think I've kind of changed the capacity of the way that I do drag, pretty heavily. I was more so in the scene a few years ago, and now I've kind of pulled back a lot and been doing more so administrative work, as well as more so just doing like speaking work, as well as doing like more so shows that are um, built in like the nonprofit field. So of course, I love the show that I do every first Friday, and Divas Down Under live. Listen, and I love doing this show. But more so, I found that I'm doing work that is encouraging youth and queer folks who are disadvantaged, who are 30, 32, 35, to help them see the beauty inside of themselves. So that's kind of what has continued to motivate me for this work, and showcasing that you can be Black and queer, or femme and queer, or queer out loud and be happy. Really helping folks see that truly.
I like that.
How about you, Jade?
I am. My answer's a little selfish, honestly. Like, I love the reaction from the audience that I get. I love, and maybe it's not so selfish as like, I love letting people forget about the outside world for a little while and just live in fantasy land. I just came back from doing a Ren fair. People walked through the gates and ended up in 1569 and got to just enjoy escaping all the outside crap for a while. That's why I'm a performer. I like to be that distraction from all of the crap that's out there.
There is nothing selfish about feeling your inner goddess, honey, because being your inner goddess means you're creating something, you're creating a world. And if you're a goddess, that means you need some worship. I'm sorry. It's better than any kind of drug. It's better than anything. Like, it's never selfish to feel that, have people feed into something you created. When you put something out there and you get some kind of push, because look at everyone's day job, including my day job. You put something out there day after day after day, hour after hour after hour, and your day job might not give you anything. And we can go out there and pretend to sing for 3 minutes, and people will give us 10,000 times more love than when I'm sweating and lifting refrigerators and shit at work. By the way, I work at a used client store, but I'm like lifting stoves and lifting refrigerators and stuff like that. And I'm like, and on the weekend, I'm like, hello, everyone, clack fan. But
girl, when you were starting to say that, when you said tens of thousands, I thought you were going to say dollars. I said, what shows are you doing, girl?
We're available.
Girl. It would have been a different kind of show. You would have been like, what's going on with you? What are you wearing? Everything. Who am I? Everyone.
Period. I'm every woman. Period. Girl, give it up.
I would just had a whole outfit made of dollars glued to me, honey, and a wig made of just coins. Just rolls of coins glued to my head.
I live for those numbers though. Were those crazy girls? No, them girls. You know the girls that go out there with a stapler and staple the dollar bills to their body.
I have one in Baltimore I'm in love with. Her name is Section 8, and I love her. It's Section, and her last name is Nate, and she is amazing. She is amazing. She's one of those queens where you cannot bring her to every show. But whenever I'm at a venue that I'm like, okay, they're gonna allow her to be here, I'm like, I have to have her. When right before COVID unfortunately closed the bar, I had a show called Fuckery, PHUCKERY, and literally my entire mindset behind Fuckery was, I was like, I want this to be like the mixtape / mix CD of drag. I was like, I don't want this to be any filler numbers. I don't want this to be your dance costume Beyonce show. I want this to be, these are your main numbers. Everyone's guest is their main numbers. This is your main shit. I don't care whether it's burlesque. I don't care what's cosplay, drag kings, drag, anything. If you have your best talent and just do it. And I had her in every Fuckery show because I had people walk out and people tell me like, I don't see why she's here. I was like, she's doing her thing, and her thing's not going to be everyone's thing. Will I ever do it? Fuck no. But that doesn't mean it's bad. That just means I'm not stapling shit to myself, but I'm going to get... And that bitch, oh my God, she like made an outfit like with all these like taxidermy mice all over it. And it was, and to some people they're like, you're friends with her? And I'm like, I'm obsessed with her. So yeah.
Why are you not obsessed?
Thank you. Would I do it? No. But I love her for it. I love her for it.
I think that's the best part about drag too. Like, you have to, like, not all of us are going to perform the same, but we can appreciate the differences that we have. Like, not all drag is going to be the same cookie cutter numbers. Like, enjoy the differences. We used to have a girl up here that would do the stapler trick. Her name was Ivana Kachikakov. She was crazy. But yeah, she would walk around like, I stapled a dollar bill to her forehead and I was like, I don't like this, but you know what? Done.
It's the power stapler for me, the one that like
no.
Because you make a valid point. I would not pay to watch a show where it was a cast of 7 me's in a row.
Yeah.
That part.
Like, I'd be like, this is cute the first like 2-3 numbers. And if
Mhm.
I'm like, okay,
Yes.
and I've been to shows like that where I'm like, I didn't realize they changed the girl yet. And that's not a good feel. You know, like
Ooh,
you should see a show where you go, what the fuck is about to happen?
that part. That
And
part.
sit around for it.
I love
Well,
that. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, while Jade likes to get energy from people, I like to suck energy. I'm like, we're gonna do an advocacy number to talk about the rights of women and the rights of queer individuals, and we're gonna make everybody cry. And Jade's like, maybe that would be good for a benefits show. I'm like, no, they're gonna cry at the club.
Okay, you have fun with that.
I actually very recently, because I usually try to keep things very nerd, very horror movies, I usually try to keep very topical. But there was a show that I did last month where I came out, I had my dreads, my hair, my dreads and ponytail. I had this shirt that was just says "Her Body, Her Choice" that was cut up. I had my chest wrapped, and I pretty much like a female boxer. And I did "Fight Like a Girl" by Emily Simone.
Emily Autumn.
Emily Autumn. Lord, thank you, Emily Autumn.
Ooh, Emily Autumn will do it.
Autumn. And then afterwards, I made a whole. I talked to everybody, and I was like, "We need to stay educated, to stay liberated." Because I also made sure not to make my speech until after my number, because I didn't want anybody to think that this was a, "Oh my God, I have so many feelings for this problem. Now tip me for it." I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care if I made $2. I don't care if I made
No.
$100. I'm gonna do the number. And then I'm going to talk to the crowd. I'm like, if you have a certain feeling about what I'm talking about, this probably wasn't a show for you to begin with. Because if you have an issue with it, that's on you.
Period. Talk to Jesus about it.
The reception was the reception of it was great, and because I understand where Jay's coming from, because you're like, I don't know how this is gonna go. We even had we were supposed to have an AFAB performer in that show too, and I even talked to them before doing it. I was like, are you okay with me doing this number? I was like, somebody who does not have a uterus. I was like, I'm not trying to claim anybody's struggle. This is I have the voice. I have the soapbox because I have the show. This is just me speaking out. Because I was like, because I know I would feel some type of way if some random like white queen was doing like Mother Africa, was like, I speak for the blacks. I'd be like, I was like, so I was like, please don't please, I don't want anybody to think that I'm impersonating. I just want people to know I'm speaking. I was like, I'm not claiming your struggle. I'm just trying to support, not claim your struggle.
And this is the problem with these drag queens who want to act like they're women but don't know the
boom. She will never know. And I'm like, I didn't pretend to know. I didn't want to. I wasn't pretending to know. I promise. I swear.
Well, kids, we have a whole bunch of questions that have come in, but it's been a while since we've had affirmations with Anastasia. So I want to give the floor to her for a little bit, and Onyx and I will be back in just a couple minutes. Sound like a plan?
Fabulous.
All righty, we'll be back.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anastasia Diamond, and this is Affirmations with Anastasia. And I am so grateful that Onyx brought that up because it just transitions beautifully into what I'd like to talk to you all about tonight. So when we are talking about representation and we're talking about advocacy work, a lot of individuals have a lot to say about companies that are queer baiting or pride baiting. But I think the thing is we are seeing now so many companies that are doing the complete opposite and really not doing any representative work, despite the climate that we are living in, where queer individuals are getting their rights taken away, where trans youth are being harmed, and we're seeing a lot of individuals who are taking a stance that is anti-queer, anti-homosexual, anti-trans, anti-human being, really. So having organizations that do some type of queer representation is positivity. I know what I'm gonna hear. You know, we need to make sure that these organizations are doing the proper work and donating to the right organizations and this, that, and the third. But to take the stance to state that you are for the queer community, you stand with the queer community, is huge in this world. So one organization that I'd love to talk to you all about today is Burger King. Burger King had this new, Burger King in Austria, let me be very clear, had a very interesting way of showing pride this June. We have a graphic right here where they say it's time to be proud, and this is the Pride Whopper, and it talks about how we want people to be themselves and be, you know, tops and bottoms and queer and accepted. And, you know, some things you gotta laugh because, you know, it's interesting the way that they made this move. It's very interesting how they made that move. Is it going to be something that is going to be uplifting to the queer community or donating to the queer community? No, not whatsoever. But is it hilarious? Yes. We also have Postmates that is doing their bottom friendly menu. And so they say that they brought in a queer scientist or queer nutritionist who understands the needs of bottoms in this during this Pride season. And it just is so tickling that these organizations are doing this kind of advocacy work, even though we have the climate that we're in right now, where queerness is synonymous with being evil, continuing to be synonymous with evil as it was way back when. We've taken thousands of steps back, unfortunately. But so sometimes you got to know what hill to die on, what fight to fight. You know, I think that Skull Candy recently did a very wonderful job of putting out a cool set of headphones that are $210. So if anyone wants to buy them for me, this is my address, period. But they are donating a portion of the funding that they get from those headphones to a queer organization. Great. But we have to take the good with the goofy and the goofy with the okay. It's Pride season. There are better hills to die on. There are queer youth who are dying every single day because they're not receiving trans affirmative care. While these battles may feel like they're important to fight, understand there's good intention behind it. There's probably a queer individual who gave the okay, and we just gotta live with it. Our fight is in the legislature. Our fight is at the voting booth. So this year, as we know, we just had our midterm elections. So make sure that you're going out and voting this fall. Make sure that you're getting out and making your voice heard. There are conservatives who are getting into power who do not care about our community. And we are freaking out over a Burger King ad and Postmates and this and that. Kim Kardashian breaking Marilyn Monroe's dress. Woo, 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 woo. When there are lawmakers who are taking away our rights. Learn to die which hill to die on. And that's that.
You hit the nail on the head with that.
The amount of times I said, that affirmation.
The whole thing, everything just now, I was like, that. And there's so many lawmakers who are just like, look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Actually, don't, because she's a little creepy looking. But I'm not shaming her for her looks. I'm shaming her for being a terrible human being. Like she doesn't understand. Clearly, she doesn't have a team of gays putting her together because no gay would let her go out looking like that.
That's why she's mad.
Like, she's
That
just
other part. Look at the entire Fox News team. Ooh, yeah.
yeah.
They do not have a stylist on their team at all.
Mm-mm.
The
And they
one
all look
time that I think that they should have brought in a queer representative was when they were trying to make the buses cute in that one city, and they named the one bus Bussy.
Representation matters.
Best. But thank you so much, Onyx, for transitioning me right into that beautiful monologue.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I felt that one. No, I felt that one.
Alrighty, we have a whole bunch of questions from the audience, and these are going to be good. Starting with our lovely Jess, what artists inspire you? Onyx, do you want to go first?
Oh God, there are too many. Honestly, my favorite music artist in like the world, it was something I shared with my father, was Prince. I'm obsessed with Prince. I'm obsessed with anybody who is like inspired by Prince.
Yeah.
But so as far as musical artists, Prince is probably one of my biggest inspirations. As far as visuals, my mindset was always kind of like, what if Tim Burton released a rap album? And how would that look? So yes, I try to pretend like I'm a rap artist produced by Tim Burton, and that's how you kind of get Onyx the Pearl.
Oh, I love that.
I live.
How about you, Anastasia?
Well, I think that looking at my track record and looking at what I normally like to do, I think I'm inspired by Black women, specifically Missy Elliott, Lizzo. The reason why I started doing drag, of course, was because of Latrice Royale. And, I really got into really the plus size Black queens and the plus size queens of color to really get my inspiration to show that you can be plus size and you can be thick and you can be chunky, you can be whatever you want to be, and you can be beautiful as well. Just because, you don't have to be pretty for a Black girl. No, you can be pretty. You can be gorgeous. You can be drop dead gorgeous. And I learned it from them.
And the result, gorgeous.
How about you, Jade?
I am in a very 80s phase right now. I am very inspired by Cyndi Lauper right now. I loved her because she didn't try to fit the mold. She did the drag she wanted to do.
She made her own mold. True.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Also very 80s Madonna. Like I me and my best friend growing up, her and I are no longer friends ever since she posted some transphobic bullshit on Facebook. So I was like, nope, you're done. Bye. She always wanted to be Madonna. I was the Cyndi Lauper.
Oh,
it was.
I was preparing for our 80s show coming up because we opened the group chat and I found out that it was an 80s show last week. After forgetting. And girl, I don't know a lot of 80s music, apparently. I was listening to 80s women of pop, and I was like, oh, yeah, I know this song. Oh, no, I don't know this song. Whoa,
okay,
that's
different. Okay, that's different. That's the drag curse of where you're like, bitch, that's my song. And you go, bitch, I don't know the words.
I don't know that words.
It's like, you know that song in the shower, but if you had to watch yourself lip sync to that song, you're like, I knew Love is a Battlefield when I was washing my ass this morning. I promise. But when he said,
come on, baby, do the locomotion.
That one, anything Kylie Minogue, I know. Okay, because
ooh, I was struggling. I was like, oh nope, next song.
Anything Kylie Minogue, I know.
I've been listening to the theme song from Goonies, and I'm like, good enough for you. It's It's good enough. That's it. That's all I got.
Buzz. Listen, how old is Kylie Minogue? Because this girl been putting out music since 1975.
Ageless. She's ageless, and she's still. Homegirl was like, even when she had like breast cancer, she was like getting through breast cancer, she like never missed a fucking beat. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
The number of gays in America who don't love and respect the Kylie Minogue just hurts my soul. I got to see her when she did New York Pride a couple of years ago.
Work.
So at that time, I still smoked. And I was fooled into thinking that you could not bring cigarettes or lighters into New York Pride. Everyone who lived there was like, oh, yeah, girl, they don't follow that rule. Me and my friends did not know that. We're from Maryland. So I pretty much had to whore myself out to get cigarettes. Me and my friends stood at the front of that Pride. Mind you, we had VIP passes. So VIPs in the back, free alcohols in the back. So we had people going back and forth to get the free liquor because we kept our spot in the front of that damn Pride for hours in the sun. Because I was like, I'm going to see Kylie. I'm not here for any of this other homosexual gathering. I'm here for Kylie. And I was close enough to spit on the bitch. Oh my God, I love Kylie Minogue.
Yes.
She's there. Even when you were talking about your makeup by Kylie, I was like, as long as we know that she's not the only Kylie. Because when Homegirl tried to be like, I'm going to copyright Kylie, I was like, okay. You're cute. But sit down. Even though it's been around forever, it can still sing. It can still be pretty as hell. She was Cammy in Street Fighter, which no one saw that movie, but it was a thing that happened.
Ming-Na Wen was done dirty in that movie.
A lot of things were done dirty.
True. Hi, we're going to cast the American, but we're going to have a French guy play him. Sure.
Best.
Nerd.
Too many questions.
All right, next question. Where were we? If you could add one element, this is from the wonderful Hidden in Plain Sight, wonderful drag artist up here, who I just got to work with on Saturday. If you could add one element you have never added before to your drag, what element would you add to bring something extra special to your performance? Who wants that?
Splits. Bitch, if I could do a split, I could rule the world.
I thought I was the only queen that can't do a real split.
I do a cute little high kick, and that's about it. Then I walk around and get to collect coins. Thank y'all. Oh, yep. Thank you. If I could do a split, I would shut it down. Period.
I want to do stage combat. Like, I have a stage combat background that I've never used in drag. I want to fight, but that means I have to train someone else to fight with me.
Well, if you do a pageant, you could bring in one of your stage combat buddies, and you could like put a mask on them or something like that. You know, because they're not the show.
True.
And really duke it out. Duke's the house.
I don't know. I try to bring a little, so I've even learned a little bit of pantomime. I've learned a little bit of everything. So I try to bring that into, I try to bring all the random shit about me. But I think I would add a lot more. There's one thing I do want to add more, which I plan on adding more of, is definitely my love of gory horror things. I do, because one of the reasons, like I said, when I said the whole Tim Burton thing, I do love them when things are like creepy and pretty at the same time, but I also do love something that's like gory and beautiful. I love anything that could be like expose ribs, but make it a couture. Like I wanted to go further into that and make it more gory, more, because sometimes I'm just a little afraid of being like, is that too bad? Is that too like? I have a really dark mind about stuff like that, and sometimes I have to. So there's a pageant I did on one called Deadly Diva, and I love the fact I get to come back as a former. But one number that I was going to do, but I talked myself out of, was the whole song, the whole drag queen song, "Dive in the Pool," "Let's Get Soaking Wet."
Yep.
And I wanted to come out as La Reina and like have like baby dolls and like drown them during the "Let's Get Soaking Wet" part. But I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go, so let's not drown children. So instead, I did an us number with my natural hair, and I was like, I was like, okay, this is beautiful.
That's so cute, though.
I got to add a little bit of my very, very limited ballet into it. I was like, okay.
Nice.
But if I did everything that my brain thought of, I would get banned from a couple bars.
Oh God. You know what else I would do? I want to add a magic component because I love magic. I would love to do a sleight of hand or something like that. Really get the kids gagging.
A friend of mine, River Berry, is performing at Lancaster Pride this year. Amazing magician. I'm very excited. I had to message them because they put up a poster with everyone's names and they got his name backwards. Because his last name is Barry, his first name is River. So they keep on doing it backwards. And he's like, nope, my name's River. Yep.
Oh, God. So. I think they messed someone else's name up, too, I want to say. Did they put in, what? I think they messed up Amethyst's name with somebody. I can't remember.
But there was another one, but I think they fixed it all.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, Jesus. Not to be
very good about that.
Not to be a mess. But we never did.
The first flyer for this made me cackle because I looked at it, I was like,
we never do that here at Inside the Drag Closet.
So the funny part is, and this is one of the reasons why I bring it up in public, is because like me and my friends were cackling over it because Vivian is one of my drag daughters, and I also have a drag daughter named Jayla Nicole. And
I know Jayla.
So me and Jayla get mixed up all the time. And so like the ongoing thing is like me and David, when she first started, she's like, why does anybody ever think like we know? It's like, why does anybody ever think that we're mother and daughter? Like no one ever like mixes us up. And then I saw it, I was like, that bitch is painted, but that's not me. I was like, girl, is this you? She's like, yeah, wow. I was like, girl. I was like, finally, baby. So I was like, at least it's my daughter. I was like, at least it's somebody who I helped learn how to do drag.
That part.
If I'm confused by somebody who is fucking gorgeous, I'm like, thank you. Okay, bitch. Because I was like, she's better painted than I was in the actual promo. I was like, hold on, let's switch that back. Okay. I was like, whoa. I was like, she looked better than my real picture. Hold up.
Now we're gonna have to get her on.
Yes.
She is actually one of the sweetest people ever, and she's way too humble for her own good. Because oh my God, I think the show's called "This Is Why I Hate You" or something like that. It's some show on Netflix where I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my God, that drag queen in the back, because it's Australian. I'm like, that drag queen in the back looks like Divya. And I looked at her because I know it's a wig. I was like, that's fucking Divya. And I messaged her and she's like, oh, I didn't know they aired that yet, blah, blah. I was like, girl, do you know how unhumble I would be if I was on any Netflix show? That would be the only thing y'all would hear about. I'm like, hello, I'm Onyx from Netflix show. But mind you, I'll be on the show for 3.5 seconds. But I'm starring in the show.
Every once in a while, I'm like, I'm Jade from Inside the Drag Closet. You can't tell me shit.
Period.
I'm Onyx from Grindr. Hello.
I'm kind of a big deal.
I'm
looking for fun. Can you host? Hi, how are you?
I know your grandfather, honey. We get around. Ask about Anastasia Diamond in the streets, but the certain kind of street. Hey, yo.
Alrighty, so our next question. So Clara would like to know, who are your top 3 favorite queens and how they inspire you? Who wants to take that first?
I can.
Go for it.
So I started drag a little before Drag Race started. So one of the main queens who like inspired me is like I'm obsessed with her, enamored with her was Alyssa Edwards. I've always been obsessed with Alyssa Edwards. Way before Drag Race, she was just that queen. And I was like every baby queen who started before Drag Race, we were on YouTube and you saw the Alyssa Edwards Buck into a Joella Puss mix. That was a whole title. And you're like, I want to do that. So Alyssa Edwards is definitely one of my main inspirations. My second is one of the most amazing artists that I'm so happy I got to finally meet was Miss America Hot Chocolate. She is the first Black Miss Gay America I ever saw perform. And about, math. I started in 2008. I saw her in 2009. But I remember seeing her and the bitch, she is Tina Turner. And I remember watching her going, oh my God, I want to just meet her. I want to love her. And it was, I teared up when I competed for Miss Gay America in January and I found out the Hot Chocolate was a judge. And just talking to her during the annual interview, talking to her at the airport before we got there, I don't think that I could accomplish as much as she's accomplished and be that sweet and that humble. Like she is. It is. There's no pretense. This woman has been that she had the shout out from RuPaul Drag Race during the finale this year. She was in Miss Congeniality 2 as Tina Turner. I don't know how she can do as much as she's done and still just be the sweetest person to ever exist. Apparently someone had broke into her house and stole her a Miss America crown. And when we were at Miss Gay America, they actually gifted her a new crown. And like she's just one of those people that you meet and you're like, I need to bottle this. And speaking of her, their third queen is actually a Baltimore legend. Her name is Shauna Alexander.
We love Shauna.
Everyone loves Shauna. That is just Black, trans, drag, human excellence. My ongoing joke whenever I announce her on the microphone is I was like, if there is a benefit show for a 3-legged dog named Bob, Shauna Alexander will be there. Yes. This woman spends her Thanksgivings at like soup kitchens. This woman spends Christmas doing this woman just every donation, everything she could do is a fundraiser. The last show I did with her, when she introduced me, she jokingly said, she was like, I always have ONYX because she's the only hoe I know. When I book her, she says where and when and doesn't ask what everybody else says how much because she knows I'm probably not going to pay her. So, and I'm like, and Shauna, I'm like, Lord have mercy. I've been in so many situations with her, but you've seen Shauna. If you describe her to people, they'll go, that's appealing. I'm like, wait. There is nothing like Shauna. I've literally watched somebody. I was in the cast of her, and someone gave her some plastic lawn flamingos as a gift because they were like, I'm sure you can add this to your outfit somehow. And she decided right then and there, ONYX. I was like, yeah, help me put this in my wig. And I'm like,
oh my God.
I don't even know mind you, she doesn't know what song she was doing either. But it was like, why are we doing it? So we managed to fandangle these damn plastic flamingos into her wig 3 seconds before the number, which, as you can guess, the flamingos had nothing to do with the damn number. But she went out with them in her head. And that I would love to be that kind, that creative, and that just solid in being like, this is me, this is my brand, this is who I am, and I'm just going to go with it and everyone's going to love me for it, because I fall into the category of many gays, many drag queens, where as much as I pretend to be like I do me to just do me, I do think about, Lord have mercy, what are the children going to say? What are the gays going to say? What are the queens going to say? And I love seeing the bitch who's just like, I like it. Everybody else will catch up eventually.
Period.
Granted, she's old as dirt, and she look at my Facebook. I always make fun of her every year on her birthday. It's March 19th. Please check into my Facebook, because every year I have compared her to. I've compared it to an old lollipop, which did you have as a kid, and it's like I've compared it to your favorite pair of shoes that are old and dirty and have holes in them. I've compared it to an umbrella. Every year on her birthday for like the last 7 years, I will have this entirely long paragraph of me talking about something old that's broken down and crusty, but you love it anyway, and then go, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is happy birthday, Sean Alexander. And that was like tradition. So tune in March 19th, 2023.
Period.
She's going to kill me when she sees this, by the way.
Yeah. We had Shauna on Inside the Drag Closet before, and that actually, I ran into her June 1st. It was the first night we took a night off from Inside the Drag Closet, because I wanted to go see the Kinsey Six when they were in Annapolis. And I texted Shauna. I was like, girl, are you going to the show? Your friend is in it. And she was like, yeah, I'll be there. I was like, I'll see you there. Which I have to say, like, I'm going to cheat a little bit with the question that Clara asked. The Kinsey Six inspire me. They are America's favorite Dragapella beauty shop quartet. You know, we've had them on the show here twice. I had so much fun at their show, and afterward, like, I went up to Winnie and we chatted for a minute, and she was like, hey, Trixie's selling the merch over there. Go up and say hi and act like you've known her forever. She'll have no idea who you are. And I did, and we chatted for a couple minutes, and then I was like, you don't know who I am, do you? And she was like, what? And I was like, I'm Jade from Inside the Drag Closet. And we just had a laugh, and we kikied for a couple minutes. And even she was just like, talking about, like, she's kind of helping other musical groups kind of get their start. And her focus is have fun. If you're not having fun, don't do it. You know, people can tell if you're not having fun doing it. So, like, that resonated with me. So, yeah, the Kinsey Six is my answer. Anastasia, your turn.
Well, I was looking for her name this entire time, trying to be quick, and then my iPad just died. So
the universe got you.
Got my black ass real quick, Lord. But there was this wonderful drag queen who always did that "Burn It Up" song, and she mixed it with she did "Ring the Alarm" and another mix. It was a really, really beautiful mix, and I remember seeing that and thinking, that is who I want to be. That's when I, of course, I started doing drag because of Latrice Royale, but she was this beautiful black plus size queen who did this "Ring the Alarm" mix, and she kept on whipping her cape on. I was like, bitch, yes. And I said her name whenever when I competed for Miss Stallions as one of my inspirations for starting drag, because she helped me continue to do my drag, but just, I would just say really any plus size black queen out there who's doing their thing, doing splits, doing kicks, doing looking gorgeous. Of course we know the Drag Race girls, so love Latrice Royale, love Jade and DeVere Fierce. All of her costuming is phenomenal. I wish she would just make costumes for me forever. And then, of course, I love my local girls as well. Poison, Amethyst, Jade. Yes, even Jade. Hello. What's pop like and dropping? Jade is the reason why I am doing drag still. She and her husband, Derek, have led me along my way and brought me along and, just really made this so much fun. So I love the girl who I can't remember, but also there's so much inspiration from everyone in my life. So
I like that answer. All right, we have a lot of questions coming in.
Okay.
I do want to point out, Amethyst says, looking good tonight, ladies. Onyx D. Pearl, it's great having you here.
Thank you.
Amethyst has a question for you.
What's that?
Onyx D. Pearl, any upcoming pageants your way?
So, actually, after the situation that was last October, so anyone who knows me personally knows near and dear to my heart. I want to be Miss Gay Maryland America. I competed in 2010, back when I was a baby queen. I randomly, because of friends, decided to come back in 2019 and got first alternate. Did really well at Miss Gay America. I came, and then I had everything ready for 2020. That was my goal. I literally had like a 10-year plan to come back in 2020 and be Miss Gay Maryland. And then the world shut down.
Yeah.
And then in 2021, I lost Miss Gay Maryland by 4 points.
Oh my
God. So after hearing some critiques and some things like it's a long story. Long story short, there was a lot of things I did not personally agree with. There's a lot of things that made me after a while I was getting ready to compete again this year. After taking a step back and looking at my package and going, I'm literally going, well, I think they'll like this, and I think they'll like that, and I think they'll like, and I was like, I don't even like the fucking thing. So this year, I'm decided to go full cosplay. That's why I've been doing. I finally made my Storm costume. I finally did my Cammy White. I finally done my Nat. This year has been all focused on just me going into my one of my true loves, which is cosplay.
Yeah.
So for 2020. So for 2022, yeah, no pageants. No pageants. Onyx the Pearl is just, I'm just trying to live my best life. I'm trying to work more on my cosplay side as a boy and a girl. I'm trying to turn this mess of a drag room into more of a workshop and and crank out some looks, crank out some things to not only wear but to sell. So
yes.
The girl is working on her because honestly, next time I should come back, I want to come back to shut it down because 4 points is not it. So.
No, at all. Are you going to BlurredCon?
Say again?
Are you going to BlurredCon?
I'm trying to. Every time I try to go to BlurredCon, I get booked to something before I know what the dates are. And then I'm like, fucking drag.
Well, girl, it's already, the dates are out now, so you probably already booked, girl. I think it's July 17th, I want to say, or July 16th, the weekend of the July 16th. Look it up before. Don't have me lying. After we jump off of here, BlurredCon. I'll send it in the group chat.
Okay, I feel like I'm booked that weekend. God damn it! Because there was another con that someone wanted me to dress up for. And I was like, yes, bitch, when are we doing it? And then they told us, I was like, I'll show that weekend.
Well, right. That's the worst part about being in demand.
Well,
let me not bitch about it. Let me not bitch about it.
But yeah, go ahead and bitch about it. It sucks sometimes. So I want to answer one more question, and then I want to get to Derek's helpful drag tip of the night. But this is a very important question, and I think this is important for everybody who's watching as well. Orion Angel would like to know, what is your favorite form of self-care? That! Taking the damn wig off.
I almost lost my damn wig.
Flawless.
That.
Anybody else want to answer that?
Oh God. Oh God.
I think laughter is very important for self-care. Do things that make you happy.
Yes, truly. Doing drag is a big form of self-care, but also taking yourself away from drag is also very healthy as well. I really like playing video games. I've recently, started chatting with someone, and that someone likes to play video games. So it's been really nice to play video games with someone who lives a little bit away. Well, not a little bit away, but someone who's not my 11-year-old brother and 6-year-old sister or 21-year-old sister. It's nice to play games with and flirt with someone. Flirting is self-care. As long as you're doing it, safely. But yeah, spending time with others by playing video games and going over movies or whatever have you, shows. I don't like to do yoga. I don't like to exercise. I don't like going on walks.
I'm trying to make couch yoga a thing.
Period.
So me and my friends got drunk one night and we started naked yoga, although we were all in our underwear. But my stomach was killing me because I was intoxicated. So I was on the couch, lying on my back, trying to do all the yoga poses as best I could while laying down. And I was like, you know what? Couch yoga should be a thing. If everyone do yoga while laying on the couch, more people do it.
Make it happen.
Girl.
This is yours. The world is yours.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Couch yoga.
Couch. It just rolls off you're like, couch yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Namaste on the fucking couch. I love it.
Namaste.
It's like, get up, girl. Namaste right here.
Oh my God.
Yes. You need to copyright that real quick, cause
TM.
Namaste on this couch.
Namaste on this couch.
Period. I love that. How about you, Jade? What do you do for self-care?
I disconnect. I hang out in my room, I play video games, and I just, I unwind. Right now, I am learning 2 new scripts for a new job that I have starting in August. Which I am very excited about. I made the official announcement last week. I don't know if I announced it on the show or not, but I am returning to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair this year as one of the mud beggars. So I am very excited about it. I am learning 2 new shows. I'm going to be working with, there's 4 of us basically. I'm doing the entire run except for the 3rd Sunday of every month because we have Boomerang Brunch those weeks. I do have an amazing understudy by the name of Jared. They are going to be amazing. And I am working with, I'm not going to announce the other person because they haven't made the official announcement yet on Facebook. But I'm working with a friend of mine that I have not worked with for about 20 years for the first 6 weeks. And then the last 6 weeks, it's going to be myself and Tom Zadoiko as Squishy and Uzi.
Not Squishy and Uzi. Oh, Lord.
Squishy and Uzi. I'm Squishy.
Oh, Jesus. That's what they call my butt cheeks. One Squishy and one Uzi.
Oh. I don't think that joke went the way you wanted it to.
Ooh.
No, it did. I've got chlamydia. No.
It's like ooh, Squishy and it Uzi.
Go get tested at least once a year, y'all. You never know. Listen. Yes. Please and thank you.
Oh, Lord. Is seeing testing your self-care?
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Couch yoga.
Girl. My self-care is honestly food and true crime. I love to cook. I love to cook. I love to eat. Even like this week, I mastered making I made like Mexican pizzas, like Taco Bell's Mexican pizzas. I made my own. I made homemade Taco Bell Mexican pizzas, including make my own enchilada sauce. I've learned how to make bao. When I was running for Miss Gay America in 2019, I was so stressed out to where I started looking up random recipes. And I learned how to make my own ramen. I learned how to make my own bao. I like to look up random countries' foods and just try to make them as authentic as possible, and try to find somebody who's had the authentic shit to be like, does this taste good or does this taste like an American asshole made it? And then also, if there's anything with a serial killer in it, I'm obsessed. I like true crime podcasts. I like true crime TV shows. I can watch that all day long, and that's calming to me. Which I'm not going to look too much into why that's calming to me, because I feel like that might unnerve something dark. But that is my self-care. It's just being like, well, at least I'm not that crazy. I'm crazy, but I'm not Jeffrey Dahmer. I haven't eaten anybody yet.
Well, that's the reason why I watch 1,000-Pound Sisters. I'm like, well, I'm fat, but I ain't that fat, so I'm good. I'm still good. Or 600-Pound Life. I'm like, you know what? I'm good.
Boom.
I can still walk around. I'm good. Oh, God. I love watching those shows, though, because they just really, it's like, people, wow, the human body's amazing. The human body is amazing.
Girl.
This girl sat here and ate 12 Popeyes chicken sandwiches, and then not only followed that up with some French fries from Popeyes, and then said, oh yeah, by the way, bring me in that Burger King I left in the car. What? Baby, woo! Come through.
And you should be grossed out, but I'm usually like, God damn, now I want chicken.
Right? I could really go for a sandwich. Damn.
I am like, God damn, that piece look good though. She was like, they make all the food look good. I'm like, no matter what they eat, that's like they make it look so good when they eat it. I'm like,
no lie. Whenever I was in quarantine, I saw that damn video, that plus size woman who was eating the Popeyes, and I was like, I don't eat Popeyes. I'm on this diet. I'm gonna keep living my life. Tell me why the Popeyes was running my mind so badly that the night, at 6 o'clock, I was like, no, I gotta order it. Girl. Delivery. Listen.
Girl. Quarantine had DoorDash treating me like a drug dealer, honey. They're like, you're gonna have to pay $35 for a 3-piece. I'm like,
I'll do it.
Daddy, I'm good for it. That's a one Popeye sandwich. Oh God, it was horrible. It was awful. The amount of money I spent on ordering food to my house was disgusting. Oh my God. And I can cook. That's the worst part about it. I'm like, I have the ability to cook, and I'm just like, but it's the same. It's Popeye's chicken.
It's not Popeye's chicken.
It is. I fell in love with it during COVID, and I'm like hooked. Although when they would knock on the door and wait,
no, leave.
Go away, leave it there.
God, I don't want to see.
I left instructions.
I'm going out like a damn raccoon. I'm like,
yes. I'm trying to go outside naked halfway. Like, I'm not trying to put no shirt on. Go leave. Damn.
Right.
I'm like, damn well, sir, I haven't done my hair. I ain't done shit. Get away, sir. I
have not seen anybody in 25 years. Please leave the food and go. No, I be trying to. No, did y'all? Whenever you were younger, did y'all used to have those fantasies of the pizza guy or the Chinese food delivery guy being like all hunky, and you're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go to the door and be like, ooh, hi, Daddy. I don't have any money to pay for this, even though I paid with a card." But
all the states ones I can have nothing to do with me. Here you go, dude. I'm like, thank you so much. Bye. I'm like, oh.
What took you so long with my food? Y'all said 30 minutes or less. It's been 45.
Yeah, get it together. Oh, I get real indignant when it comes to food. I'm like, this was supposed to be here at noon. It is 12:02. What is going on?
When it comes to a show if you promise you're going to feed me at a show, you could do a lot of shit to me. You could be like, hey, girl, I'm going to have to Venmo you like a few days from now. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. So we're going to have to get dressed in the back closet. Okay, girl. If I'm like, so when do we get a plate? And they're like, so they ran out of food. This is the most unprofessional bullshit I've ever had to deal with in my goddamn life. Like, if you tell me you're going to feed me and you don't feed me, like, literally, I did a show last weekend where
Ooh.
it was really nice. No, this is a bad thing. It was a show called Kids Cafe, and they were like, hey, by the way, we're getting rid of all these bagels. If y'all want these bagels, there's a whole cart of them. And they're like, they're not bad, but because they're like, because we baked them, we're not going to have day old bagels. Bitch, when I tell you, girl, we would leave it with bags and bags of it, and they were like, they freeze well. I'm like, my roommates were so damn pissed at me because right now my whole freezer is full. I was like, bitch. I'm like, y'all ain't gotta say nothing but a word, bitch. Y'all played y'all sales. Y'all could have paid me with the food. Ha! And they gave me a crab cake. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Y'all played y'all sales. I would have worked for the crab cake. Mm-hmm. I'm a Maryland queen, honey. You tell me you got a crab. I'm like, okay, shoot. I didn't know there was a payout. I came for the food. I will work for a good crab cake.
We have one more question I want to get to before Derek's helpful drag tip, just because I think it's a really good one. And of course, it's from my husband, Derek. I would like to know, if you had to quit drag forever and sell all of your drag except for one thing that you could keep for nostalgia, what would you keep?
I would keep my Ripaway outfit. I have this really cute Ripaway outfit I do for this mix I do, which is In Love with a Tempo, which is a mix of In Love by Lizzo that goes into Tempo by Lizzo. And it's this silver coverall that reveals into a stone bodysuit that I just love, and I live for like the fantasy of like, oh, I just have a cute little dress on. Just kidding, I'm naked. I got all this glitter on it. And I'm like, I just love. I live for it. You know, all the gowns and all that kind of stuff are beautiful, but I love that reveal moment. It's like the one reveal that I actually really like that I can do.
Oh,
I'm struggling with this.
Oh, not me being ready to quit drag. Oh no.
It's me. It's one of two items. And they're actually from the same pageant. The first time I ever did Miss Free State, but like one of my first like talents where I felt like I'm a big girl now. I could do it. And I had this like big old Mufasa looking main. Like I literally did a Lion King talent. I had this big old Mufasa looking main talent. And Christina Kelly was my dresser. Christina Kelly was also, she's pretty much who helped me. Like she was like my kind of like my drag mother starting out. It's like helping me get my as far as makeup goes. Christina Kelly was my like mothers helped me do that.
She's everything.
You should tell people that, and they're like, that's why you got all that shit. That's why you have a. I'm like, yeah, but I had this big ass Mufasa wig, and I think that's either one of the things I couldn't get rid of, or my gown for that same pageant, which she made right then and there while I was at her house. And I think I've worn the gown like twice since 2010, and I don't care how big I get, which I can't fit that gown now, but I'm like, I can never get rid of that one. So that's a good question. Mm-hmm. That's a really good question. Did I give you enough time to think of something, Jade?
No. Although I do have to point out, like, I got to watch the voodoo of Christina Kelly doing her face in 30 minutes.
It is one of those things where try to watch her, and you're watching her, and someone's like, hey, girl, do you have this? You're like, yeah. And then you look, and she has a contour done. And you're like, you sneeze, and then she has her eyes done. And you're like, no, bitch. Like, the first time she ever painted me, I know that bitch. Like, mind you, my eye was just black and white. And it was sick. My face was sickening. But I know at one point she did a thing where she was like, she had a tongue to the side. I'm like, nah. And I know she dipped in yellow. and she dipped in red, and then it was like pink, and I was like, how do you shade black and white? Like, I was just like, I'm fucking gorgeous. And I tried to replicate it. I tried to do everything. I was like, this bitch,
Nope.
She's a fucking magician.
Truly.
It's magic. It really is. And she looks flawless. Like,
Gorgeous.
yeah, just incredible. Still don't know my answer.
Oh, no. Your
Honestly,
green dress. Your green dress with the stripes. That's beautiful. With the stones on it. The green and gray dress.
Oh, yeah.
Love that one. That's a staple.
That would be beautiful. I kind of want to keep the gown I won Miss Central PA Pride in. I don't wear it anymore. It's a beautiful gown, but it is a Chinese style, and I've put it away, but I keep it in a very nice place because it still means something to me. I understand, and I've grown. I've learned. But yeah, I think that dress is just beautiful. Actually, I just turned my head and I was like, oh, there's a picture of me wearing it right beside my door. But yeah, I would keep that. And maybe a wig. I want to keep a wig.
That's my issue. I was like, when it comes to the hair, has always been one of my favorite parts of drag. I love hair.
Mm-hmm.
I love hair. So yeah.
So we are already 5 minutes over our time, but oh well, we get to do this as much as we want. So let's dive into Derek's helpful drag tip of the week. And this one is pretty topical to something that happened recently and something that's going on all over the United States right now. Derek's helpful drag tip. Your drag may be valid, but that doesn't mean your actions always are. One night of bad decisions by a few can lead to months of enhanced scrutiny and negativity for the many. The political climate in America is tense now, and we are under a bigger magnifying glass than usual. Don't give the opposition ammo to use against us. Happy Pride. Any thoughts?
Period.
Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Like that's. I think I said it before. Put it on the pillow. I will have it crochet on the pillow. I will have it on a t-shirt. That is. It is, as somebody who loves art, and I think people throw around the whole drag is art thing too loosely. They're way too. No, I was like, you can't say drag is art and then treat it so shamefully. Dance is art. Painting is art. I think that painting is an art form. That does not mean anything I paint should be in the Louvre.
Well,
and everything has its place. Everything has its place, and a lot of people do not think that everything has its place, especially nowadays. Yeah. So just because everyone should be accepted for being them, but you kind of have to make your own space. It is what it is. That's unfortunately the world, but it's like we all have to live together. That doesn't mean we all have to like each other. That doesn't mean everyone has to swallow everything we shove down their throats, but we should be able to do our thing in our space and be okay. So no, I love that whole statement.
I really like the fact that you stated that the painting that you draw today may not be in the Louvre, today. But I think the other thing to remember is that we're in a society where we're always evolving, and so if you love what you do, please don't change what you do. But just understand that might not be the mainstream today. You might be the top thing in 10 years. But you've been doing this consistently and showing that this is not a harmful thing. I think that it's important to also, remember that, Rome was not built in one night, and there are unique ways that you can showcase your art, but you have to know where those barriers are. You may not be in the Louvre today, but who's not to say in 5 years you might not be able, or in 2 years. Let's try and think short term. In 2 years, you might be able to be there doing what you do because the society was able to say, okay, drag queens are not evil predators. Da, 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 da. Of course, I think the other thing to remember is You know, it's not. I don't think it's ever good to make generalized statements across the board because there are some drag queens who are predators, but there are also some teachers who are predators. There are some preachers who are predators. There are some pastors who are predators. So like it's really hard to draw the line. And this is an adult who is doing a show for a pride event that may bring children to the show who come there with their family members, whereas I'm bringing my child into the church and they're being molested by the preacher, the pastor, the deacon, what's why, who was never suspected of anything because he was the nice preacher, man
who's
or woman,
heterosexual.
Yeah.
heterosexual that's not a deviant, So I never want anyone to make generalized statements or blanket statements. I will oftentimes say, some crazy stuff about heterosexuals, but that's because you have to realize that when we're talking about these terms of racism and homophobia, it's not just there's no such thing as heterophobia and there's no such thing as reverse racism because with homophobia or homomysia, as I usually like to say, because we're always trying to be, an ableist ally. With homomysia and anti-racism, those two things, or with racism, those two things have power. There is a component of power that we as people of color and we as queer individuals will never achieve of that of white individuals and heterosexual individuals. That power is what fuels racism and homomysia and bigotry. We cannot have that in our souls. Now, can we be biased? And can we have prejudices? Hell yeah. I got a lot of prejudices against a lot of people. But I don't have the power over those individuals, the systemic power that those individuals have just in essence of being white or heterosexual. So, that's my soapbox for the night. But it's think about it. Don't make generalized statements.
Honestly, another thing I want to state too is I don't think some of the children want. I always say children, which does not necessarily mean age wise always time, but it's just one new way of thinking. I've never thought of myself as normal. I never wanted to be normal. I wanted to be extraordinary. I want to be special. I've never even wanted to be famous. In the words of Marilyn Monroe, I never want to be famous. I just want to be lovely. I just want to be overly. And a lot of people, I'm like, don't ever fight to be invited to somebody's fucking party. If someone doesn't want me, like, there's a big thing where people are like, queens need to have black girls at their show. If there is a white queen who does not want black queens at her show, I don't want to be in her show. Please do not force her to book me. I don't want to be there. I want to be where I'm invited. I will always be where I'm invited. I will always be where I'm celebrated. Forcing people to invite you or forcing people to celebrate you, I was like, no. Let people show their true colors and give them none of your love, none of your attention, none of your power. When you give them no power, they fall. Unfortunately, over the last few years, a lot of horrible people have gotten a lot of power because we've given them so much of our rage. We give them so much of our, and I'm like, we shouldn't give them our rage. We should give them the cold fucking shoulder. We should go, hey, look at this bitch. Don't message them. Don't say anything to them. Just cut them off and keep on going. Let's support the motherfucker who supports us and stop giving power to people who don't want to do shit for us. And that's I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be the average. I was like, and when you try to force everything to be average, then we're just gonna. I was like, no, there will never be a normal. There will never be an average. And fortunately, I never will think of myself as normal. Don't.
Well, and that's the thing. I very much so always preach that if someone walks in a room and they change your whole affect, they change your whole mood, they have power over you. Do you realize that you have given them power over you to ruin your whole day? Is that what you want? You're a weak bitch to let them have power over you? You are a strong bitch. Come on. Don't let that girl affect you. When I say girl, don't let that person affect you.
You're like
Keep
me.
it
Everybody's
pushing.
girl a bitch. But
You know, period. Girl, bitch, everything. Donald Trump, bitch, girl. Get it together, Miss Girl.
okay, it's nothing to do with gender. Girl and bitch are just
Exactly.
that's
So, like, have power for yourself. Advocate for yourself. And be the bad bitch that you are. Just live your life. If you're living life and you're not hurting nobody, live your life.
Yeah.
So
that last
like
part is the key, and you're not hurting nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Yeah. And read the room. You know, I think reading the room is a very important thing, you know, and that does go hand in hand with like Onyx just said, you know, I don't understand show directors who don't want diversity in their shows. I don't personally get it, but like that's not a show I want to be in either. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
because you're better than it. It's like I'll never understand what she does because that's not my life. But
but you do you.
You do you.
Sitting over here, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me.
You. I'll do my hair. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, kids, we have gone about 15 minutes over. This has been an incredible episode. I want to give everybody a chance to say goodnight to all of our viewers, starting with Anastasia.
Thank you so much. You know, I've been sitting here looking at this myself in this doggone mirror, and I feel like my head is tilted that way. But I'm looking at, and I think it's straight on. So if y'all think my wig is crooked, it's not. But fuck y'all if y'all do. If it is, listen. So thank y'all so much for having us this evening. It's been a blast. It's been fabulous. It's been wonderful. You know, I'm glad to always be here with y'all for my monthly visits. Girl, hopefully this week I don't die or something like crazy like that. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. But I will be out in July. I am going to Vegas. So I think that's a week that I'm actually not on this show, I want to say. But
we'll figure it out.
But it's been absolutely fabulous, you all. As I stated before, with the squishy and the gushy, or whatever the hell the names were, make sure you're going out and getting tested at least once a year if you are monogamous. Get tested once a year if you're monogamous. Get tested at least every 3 months if you have multiple partners. HIV, STIs are alive and well. And just because they say that you can get rid of most all STIs other than HIV, it's not true. If you be getting chlamydia multiple times, baby girl, you're going to have chlamydia for the rest of your life. There are some times when it just cannot get cured. And as well as that, syphilis is running rampant. So make sure you know the signs of syphilis, gonorrhea, trichomoniasis, X, Y, and Z, and get yourself tested. Love you.
Amazing. Onyx, do you have any last words for the kids still watching?
For the kids still watching, thank you for watching. Jade and Sasha, thank you for having me. I love, if you couldn't tell, I love drinking. I love talking. I love reach out to people. Pretty much just like my last words would be, please everybody just follow your bliss, but don't like yuck anybody's yum. There's like the world is changing, the world is growing. I myself am 35, and sometimes when I talk to anybody under the age of 30, I feel like a 75-year-old white woman from the South. Where I'm like, I don't know what that means, but good luck to you. Like, so please, 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 if you want compassion, show compassion. Education is not overnight. There are things that may come so easy to you because you and your own group know that that's a fact, but everybody has a different walk of life. That's honestly, that's what makes life worth living. All my friends do not act exactly like me. All my friends do not look exactly like me. I like to spice it up by knowing different people. I love meeting different people. So please, please, please just keep your minds open. And keeping your mind open does not mean just trying to make everybody think the same way you think.
Period.
It doesn't matter if you're on the left. Doesn't matter if you're on the right. Hopefully you're not on the right. But no matter what side you are, no one is always correct. You kind of need some outside input. So I love to be your outside input tonight. And hopefully y'all enjoyed me.
Absolutely. Onyx, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you bet. This has been absolutely wonderful. I'm so glad you were here this night. Anastasia, I am so glad to chat with you again. It has been far too long. And we're going to get to Kiki again next week, because next week it's going to be myself, Anastasia, and Amethyst. I think we're going to do away with drag for a night. And we're just going to have a night of pride. And then, because it is one of those months with 5 Wednesdays, myself, Anastasia, and Amethyst will be getting together again the last Wednesday of this month with 2 special guests. We are having an Inside the Drag Closet family reunion with Fancy Dismount and Scarlet Overkill. So nobody is going to get a word in edgewise.
Period.
I'm in love with that name.
Fancy Dismount. She always sticks to the landing. It's a sex thing. Anyway, everyone, thank you all for tuning in this evening. Again, go out, support local drag. You know, our Boomerang Brunch does start this week on Sunday, so make sure you get your tickets. We still have plenty of merch available, so if you want your very own Inside the Drag Closet, you know, hoodies, t-shirts, coffee mugs. The coffee mugs are really good. The towel. Let me just tell you, the beach towel is beautiful. I absolutely love it. I got one. It's super comfy. It's super nice. So yeah, go out, support local drag. But there is one thing left to say tonight, and that is, good night, kids.
Good night.